Hey guys, welcome to Red50. Thank you for tuning in to another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss the sound system of my 2019 Mustang GT. Let's take a listen. Okay, no, that was the wrong sound system. I actually meant the speaker sound system, not the exhaust system. But to me, that is my sound system from my 2019 Mustang GT. But we'll look at the speaker sound system. I do have a premium model, which means it comes with a 9-speaker system. So it's got 7 on the front and then 2 on the rear deck. And you have the base model, obviously, which will get you the base system with the 6-speaker system. And then you obviously have the, depending on the model year, 2019 and up, you'll get the Bang and Olufsen system with the subwoofer in the trunk, 12-speaker system. Or if you're going for 2018, you're going to get a Shaker Pro system, same concept. So like I said, since my model is a premium one, I've got one at the door at the bottom. You've got the mid-range over here, and then you got a tweeter up top. And obviously this is on the same both doors, so that's 6 speakers. You've got one for your voice system, so that's the 7 speaker here. That's mainly used for phone calls. And then you're going to have 2 speakers in the back. Now, to be able to play your music on your 2019 Mustang GT or NES 550 Mustang, you've got the option for the USB, obviously. You've also got the Bluetooth capability and obviously the Apple Car. In this video, we're going to be looking at how the sound quality is and what my impressions are for the sound quality on my 2019 Mustang GT sound system. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to be playing music through the speakers and recording it for you guys. One, because obviously there's a lot of copyright issues. 2, it's just never going to translate the same for you guys because I'm recording through a mic. I'm going to upload it. YouTube is going to compress it even further. So you're never going to be able to get an accurate representation of what it sounds in the car. So I'm going to be giving you my true impressions as to how I feel about it. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. Now you've got your standard controls here as well to be able to control your music. But you can go into settings in terms of audio quality settings. You go to sound, and you have the ability to change the treble, mid-range, and bass. And we'll kind of get to the bass portion of that. You can see it's maxed out here. And you also have the ability to do the balance and fade. Pretty standard stuff here. Kind of gives you a diagram, and you can select however you want to, basically, which is pretty neat. Reset that. Go back, and you can obviously get the speed compensate volume too, where it kind of controls it. I will leave that off. Occupancy mode, you can choose if you're just going to be a driver focus. As we know, most of the time you're probably driving by yourself in the Mustang, you know, so you want to do the driver. If you always carry a passenger or people in the back, you can do all seats, and it's going to do that. Pretty standard stuff. In terms of volume, it does go up to, I believe, 30. So it does get pretty loud. It's definitely a loud system, I'll give it that. Now I do want to mention that the audio or sound quality is very subjective, so what I like may not be what you like. So some people like their music to sound as accurate as possible with pretty much no bass. Some people are bass heads and they like their music to be very boomy and bassy. They don't care about the clarity, the treble, the mid-range, and all of that stuff. Me personally, I like my music to sound very clear and clean as much as I can. I like the vocals to be kind of forward and all that stuff. I do like bass. I don't like it to be overwhelming where it kind of overpowers the mid-range and the treble. So I like it to be pretty even, but I do like a nice thumb, like especially if I'm listening to a song that is supposed to, like a hip-hop or anything like that, where it's supposed to have a bass range. I want to be able to hear that extra thumb, especially if I'm driving the car, and I'm not really looking for the accuracy of the music. I'm not going to call myself an audiophile, but you get the point as to where my taste is in terms of music quality, or audio quality rather. Alright, so let's talk about what I think about the audio quality of my mid-range system, which is a premium model. So it's not the top-end system, which is the Bang & Olufsen for my 2019, or the Shaker Pro for 2018 or previous year models. So let's highlight the good stuff. I think overall the sound quality is very clear. Coming from a Shaker 500 from the 2006 Mustang GT, it's a lot more clear compared to basically most systems I've heard in the car. It's got a really nice vocal. Mid-range is very good. You can tweak it out to be a little bit forward. Treble is really good. With the tweeter, it definitely helps that we've got the tweeters up top, so it helps to get the high-end music, or not high-end music, the high frequencies basically to pop out. So it's got very nice treble. I do enjoy listening to it. But however, the biggest disappointment with this audio system or the sound system has to be the bass. The bass is severely lacking, and I feel like most people will attest to that. And like I said, I am not someone who enjoys their music to be very bassy. So for me, as long as it's got like nice thump to it, I'm satisfied. But coming from a Shaker 500, which was still the mid-range system, it did not, like my 2006 Mustang GT Shaker 500, did not have a subwoofer in the trunk. So it was pretty much the same configuration. The bass was a lot better. Here, you can barely hear the bass unless you crank it up to like 20, volume 20 or more than that. Then you hear it, but then the music gets very loud. Sometimes if I'm just cruising around, I want to be able to hear the little thump, but not be overbearing. And even the system that I tried with the Bang and Olufsen and the Shaker Pros as I was shopping for this car for the 2018 and 2019, even despite having a subwoofer in the trunk, they did not sound much bassier than this system, which is, I would say, is like pretty disappointing, because those systems cost, I believe, $1,800 to add that. And if you're not even getting a, really satisfying bass response, it's not worth it, in my opinion. Where Ford, I believe, screwed up was what provides the bass in a typical car system is the rear speakers, which are the 6x9s. Basically, they're bigger than the ones in the front. It allows for more movement and thus creating more bass. Now here, what I've noticed, and I almost thought that there was some kind of issue with the car, but if I'm not recording, but if I'm playing music and I turn the dial to all the way rear speakers, I barely hear any sound. Like, the speakers are there, you barely hear any thump. So they probably went with like cheaper quality speakers. And you can see my bass is pretty much all the way turned up, and despite that, the response is severely lacking. But I guess I did not buy the Mustang GT for a sound system. Like I said, the sound system is the Corsa exhaust for me. So I barely listen to the music loud. It's more of a background music for me. But if it's more of a cruiser, but if I was using it more of a cruiser and really trying to enjoy my time, I'm pretty sure I would be disappointed in that. Alright guys, well that's about it on my thoughts on how I feel about the sound system of my 2019 Mustang GT. If you're in the market for a 2019 Mustang GT, definitely I would suggest not to upgrade to the Shaker Pro or the Bang & Olufsen audio system, because it's not going to be that much better compared to what I've heard. And even with this one, the mid-range system, it's doable. That's how I'd say. If you're going to be looking for typical music quality, you want like the best of best audio quality, you're going to be disappointed. But if it's going to be more of a background music, like it's kind of for me, then it does the job just fine. I've got Corsa Extremes to keep me happy. Well guys, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Red 50 for more videos.